Hey you, welcome to my podcast. Do you like amebo, unsolicited advice, and very unconventional opinions about Christianity, mental health, and psychology? Then you're in the right place. It's Monday Morning Rant with Miss James H&M. Let's go! Hello, my people. Welcome again to another episode of the Monday Morning Rant podcast. I am here again with the gbedu wey dey bust brain, with the gbedu wey dey make sense. It's Monday morning, right? Yeah. I hope you had a very lovely weekend and you are ready for this week. To my day ones, if this is your first time clicking on my link, thank you so much for choosing to listen to me. The topic where we dey do now is sweet, like waiting, like mad, smoky firewood jollof rice. So sit down, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you missed last week's episode, please go back and listen to it so that you can catch up with where we stopped. I'll be from where we stopped. Um okay, let's get into the show of the day. Today, no plenty severing. We are continuing on subtle reasons why your relationship won't last. Abi why it doesn't last. Anyone you choose to put it. And just to say this real quick, it's not just for singles, it's also for my married people, young married, freshly married, old married, it doesn't matter. There will always be room for improvements in relationship. So if you are doing any of these things, you need to start adjusting so that your relationship, the future one you are hoping to have, or the one you already have, or the marriage you're already in, will not one day hit. It's not rock bottom now, knock head for wall. Yes, let's get on with it. First point I'll be discussing this week is lack of communication. We've heard this too many times and too often, and I feel a lot of people trivialize it or just look at it. I feel communication issues in relationships has wreaked more havoc than even many of the other things we talk about. You know, you should be able to communicate your feelings. I've realized that communication, it makes you it opens your eyes, especially when you're listening from a clear-minded perspective. You are not being emotional about what you're listening to. I myself, I am just recently learning this, that when you're not in an emotional state, or when you're not all in your feelings, you tend to comprehend what your partner is saying more. You tend to hear things from their own perspective other than just your feelings. Many of us don't know how to communicate. And trust me to chook some sense of psychology into this now. I understand that your lack of communication comes from a number of things. For some of you, it's temperament. You're an introvert. You don't know how to just put words together to say, this is what is wrong with me, or this is what you did. You just internalize. You put everything on the inside. And one day you explode and everybody's like, don't be this gentle guy. Waiting can happen. Why para like this? You have been soaking and soaking and soaking like a sponge. I get it. Then for some of you, you just don't know how to make your message go across without getting excessively emotional. And some of these things span from the kind of upbringing we have, especially we millennials. We had more strict upbringing than the Gen Zs. By the time Gen Zs were being born, parents were becoming more liberal about, no, they beat Peking, no, they shout for Peking, no, they do all those things. At one time, shouting, cane, and all the other things were the communication way. So you don't even know how to get words out when you're confronted with situations, because in your childhood something goes wrong before you can even say one or two things. You don't chop slap, you don't chop, and then you want to explain yourself to an adult and they tell you, shh, keep quiet, shut up your mouth. That's one thing I remember my mom specifically did with her. When you do something wrong, right, and she's confronting you what you did wrong, she wants to hear your feedback. She's not the doctor. So why did you do this thing that you did? Walk me through your mind process and how your brain processed this thing and you decided to do it. But many of us didn't have that. Punishment came before any form of communication. Sometimes you even did things you didn't consider wrong. You got beaten for them, for those things, without any form of explanation, like, okay, this is what you did wrong. So you automatically don't even know when. So when someone confronts you with, oh, this is what you did wrong, I didn't like the way you spoke to me, I didn't like how you just go mute, you don't know what to say. Or when you're in your feelings, someone does something wrong to you. Many of us have experienced being offended by your parents, right? Your parents offended you, but African parents know they apologize. How you want take tell mommy or your daddy say, ah, see what you do to vex me o? For where, for how? So you don't even know how to tell somebody, ah, this is what you did, I didn't like it, I didn't like how you spoke to me, the way you reacted when I was trying to be cute with you outside, I didn't like. You don't know how to, so you just keep quiet and go mute. Then for some of you, you just ghost. Now that one they bad pass, now that one they horrible pass, you just go pim, you just mute. And after muting, you just ghost. So your partner no go even know shey they kidnap am ni o, she enter one chance ni o, she sick, trailer jam, nothing. You just go pa, you block everybody. You do, I don't. Then maybe you come back in 3 weeks time and you're like, I needed space. What? You needed and you can imagine the emotional and psychological turmoil you put if it's truly someone that cares about you, someone that truly wants to be with you for the long haul. Imagine the emotional and mental stress you're going to put someone through that went out with you. To them they had a good time, and then you don't talk to them for 3 weeks because of something they said you didn't like. Lack of communication. You should be able to talk and say, this is what you did that I didn't like, this is something. It's difficult, trust me. It is difficult, especially for introverts, to summon the courage to call somebody and say, please sit down, I need to have a conversation with you, this is what you did, I didn't like it. Or when someone confronts you with faults, you get defensive, you don't know how to react to it, you don't handle guilt so well. All these things are learnable. They are learnable things. There are things you can learn. There are things you can heal from, traumas of how I was brought up. There was no talking in my house. It was a barracks. All of those things. You can heal from them. You can move past them by training yourself. There's something Yoruba people say that when you, I'm trying to interpret it now. They give you home training. You self train yourself. Like there are things you have to teach yourself that you were not taught by anybody. Communication is one of those things. If you truly want to be in a healthy relationship, you must know how to talk about everything and anything. Your feelings, okay, triggers, yes, for trauma, for sensitive trauma situations, you should be able to tell your partner, oh, these things you said triggered something. I know I'm still healing, but I'd rather you don't say things this certain way. I'd rather you say it this way. It sort of rings a bell goes off in my head and I get all emotional. I don't like it. You should be able to communicate these things. Many of us don't talk. And for a very opinionated generation, I don't get it. We don't talk to each other. We talk online. Everybody has opinions. But when your friends or your boyfriend or someone you're in a really does something to you, you just shut down. You don't know how to say anything. And the honest truth is, if you are with someone that values themselves and value their mental health, especially for the avoidant people, which are the ones that will just ghost you, the person will break up with you for their safety, for their mental health sake. Because I can't now be worrying for 3 weeks and not know where you are just because we had an argument. You ghost me for 2 weeks. Ha! So I'm going to be saying a few things I think you can use as starters for conversations when you want to talk about your feelings with your partner or you want to communicate. You can say things like, sorry, I don't feel like talking right now. Can we talk about this later? I'm feeling really emotional right now. Can we shift it to later? Especially if you're the type that maybe when you're trying to talk about something, you start crying, or you need time to pull your thoughts together. Maybe when you're angry, you get incoherent and you can't put your message through. Tell your partner, please give me time. I need space. And you have to specify the time. It's not the one you not do unending time, 2 weeks time, you're still needing space. Sorry, Kini, you will calm down. Okay, can we talk about this tomorrow? I need to pull my thoughts together and pull myself together, pull my emotions together. And when that tomorrow comes, sit down and communicate. Okay, when you said this at your friend's place, I didn't like it. And you can't just say I didn't like it. Why didn't you like it? So that they understand what your emotion is. When you said this, it made me feel unappreciated, like you don't like my cooking. You ate the fried rice and you're like, this is the best fried rice I've ever had in my life. I understand you're trying to compliment his girlfriend, but then it made me feel like you don't like my cooking. Specify. And you too, that they are communicating with you. Don't not laugh and do. Is that why you're not vesting? So since yesterday, that's what no. That's trivializing what your partner is saying. It doesn't matter if to you it's something trivial or it's something small. You never understand how tiny sentences or tiny statements you make run so deep into someone's childhood or someone's trauma and all those things, that you trigger things in them. Everybody is healing, yes, but why must you always be the one to trigger people's you always trigger person trouble? You go calm down. Yes, they will heal. Yes, they will get there, but you don't always have to be the trigger that brings all those things back to the surface, right? So when she's telling you, oh, I didn't like the way you said it, you should have worded that better, like, oh, this fried rice is really delicious. You don't have to say it's the best one you've had. Then they now ask you, is my own not good? You now laughed. Do you know how that makes me feel? As if you don't like my cooking. So they tell you that, oh babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you felt like, I was just trying to make her feel her food was very nice. They can throw in nice compliments like, no fried rice can ever come near your own, my baby. Your fried rice is the best on the planet. It's better than my mommy's fried rice. Do you understand? The communication is a give and take thing. So if one partner is always communicate, okay, this thing you said, I didn't like it, and you as the other person, you are either always defensive or you trivialize it, like you laugh, reach like that now, you can't divest, no, nah, what's gonna happen? No, accept faults. Oh, I'm sorry I said this, I didn't mean it that way, I meant it this way. This was my thought process. It's not as I wasn't trying to mock you. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. I really apologize. I will do better. And that I will do better. It's not as if you're just saying the I will do better so that the talk will end. You actually mean the I will do better. There's so many things you can use to start conversations, especially after an argument or a fight, or you're trying to talk about something. It doesn't even have to be argument or fight. Maybe you're just feeling sensitive one day and you're feeling vulnerable. There are things you can use to communicate that feeling, because you can be, especially for we ladies, more you choke. Period can come now, you go just they feel sad, they angry, this fuel matter plus light issue can't join on top, you just be crying, you don't even know what's doing you. And for you brothers too, some of you are so ununderstanding, pardon my English, they ever, believe me, you don't understand what it's like, so don't come and do, are you the only one? I don't understand. Every woman handles things differently. Women handle emotions totally differently. She's on her period, she's crying. What will it take you on this planet to just give her a hug? Or just, baby, sorry. Do you need anything? Is there something goofy around? Make her laugh. Really, really pinch you. What will it do to you? Really? It will reduce your masculine power. It will chop off your. Let me not say it's finished. Do better. When your partner is telling, and it's not just to the brothers too, we ladies, can I just say this real quick? The society has painted this picture of men are not emotional, or men don't they don't get anything to do with that. Thing is a big fat lie. It's just one, I don't know who started that propaganda. I've come to realize that men are actually more emotional than women are. Men are more sensitive than women are. At least we women will cry about, most of us cry about something, do you now, you go cry, your body go calm down. Men internalize a lot, they chook it in, and that thing, you go just they stack, they pile. It's why we have plenty violence everywhere. Men don't have places to let go of all these negative emotions. So as a partner, my ladies, my girlies, Create a safe space for your partner to feel vulnerable. He tells you, oh, this thing that you did, the way you spoke to me, I don't like it. Don't just do, you self, you see the verse, wait till come reach. He's trying to be vulnerable in that moment. So try also to understand. Don't look at it with the society sense of, men are supposed to be chesting things. Men are kini, men are this, men are Moscow, men are. Create a safe space for him to communicate with you. If you don't make him feel as if he can be vulnerable with you, he will never be vulnerable. You go just dey soak am, dey soak am, dey soak am. And I was it a podcast? I can't remember. It was just a video. For some of them, this is how they enter into addiction. Alcohol use, then they start hanging out with people that drink, then they are going. You see a lot of married men in all the beer parlor joints, and all of them are sitting in a circle. That's where they pour their emotions and all the communication. I dare say, if we created a more subtle place for them to land with their emotions without feeling as if they are being a baby or they are being overbearing, I want to believe more men will come home without having to find somewhere else to exert all of their emotions. So let's not repeat the mistakes that the older generation made. There's nothing wrong with a man crying. There's absolutely, he's crying. You know they cry. I don't understand. May man no cry. May he dry from the inside out. Wetin happen? I saw a video and then I entered comment section, expecting me in my head. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. The way he was talking to his wife and he was crying and killing. The mobile comment section, he shocked me. All the girls are just like, why man gonna cry? It's giving me the ick. It's giving me the ick. Everybody else says this, giving me the I said, so it is well. So man crying is giving you ick. What do you now want him to do? You should punch the wall. Will that make you feel better? That's why many of them are violent. Allow your man cry if you won't cry. Make cry for your leg. Me, I think all those kind of things are cute. I don't know, Sha. I don't know for you people. It's not the one that is not a cry. Will be crying every day. I go call they share tissue, but still, that one honestly is not bad. They're just people that are sensitive and in tune with their feelings. Like, it's not a bad thing. A man can cry. Why I can't talk her like that? No, but really, wife is crying, husband is crying. Everybody should hug themselves. I beg, cuddle yourself. Now go do all right. Allow your husband cry, please. Allow your boyfriend cry. It's honestly not that bad. You should be able to create a safe space for your partner and my brothers too. When your girl is telling you this, don't trivialize and be like, oh, women. I hate hearing that thing. Someone is trying to tell you emotional thing. You're doing, women have come again. Women, it's not. The honest truth is, women will never understand men, and men will never understand women. Not in the sense of, I mean, like, we can't be in each other's shoes. Do you understand? Because there are two different shoes. So don't trivialize one person's shoe. And you yourself, no trivialize. May everybody wear their shoe size. There's no need to be in each other's shoes because the shoes will not fit. Another thing you can say, especially for my introvert people, the ones that you're feeling things, your partner can see that something is wrong with you, but maybe you're not in the headspace to talk about it yet, or you don't want to bother them with that thing, but they can see. Especially for my sensitive people, you can tell that something is wrong with this guy. What's wrong with him? And you keep asking him, or you keep asking her, what is wrong with you? Was nothing, nothing, nothing. The person mind self no go reach ground. It will be like, is this something I did? Is this something that happened at work? Is he family? Is he worried about money? Something you can do to help your partner in that kind of situation so they don't overthink is tell them, oh, I'm just stressed, or yes, it is something you did. Can we talk about it later? I'm not in the headspace to have that conversation right now. And please give time of the later. Tomorrow, let's have the conversation tomorrow. Or it's just work. I'm stressed from work. I'm sorry I brought the stress home, but please, can I just have a few minutes to myself? I just want to detox and relax. Talk. No just sit down, you go squeeze face, you go on dey think wetin dey do am, wetin dey do am o, you no go know. It can be frustrating. It can be very, very frustrating. So talking helps a lot in communicate. I don't know how else to say this thing, sha, but another thing is to always know that when it's arguments, it is not, you are not at war with each other. It's a partnership. It's both of you against whatever you need to talk. So there's sometimes you have to come together and sit down and be like, this thing we need to figure it out. How do we compromise on both ends? Like, what are the compromises we both can make to make this thing a neutral point in our relationship? So it's not something we always bump head over. We bump heads over. Then to my girl, to my girlies that will just be like, you not call me since morning. You not Kimiko, Kimiko, Kimiko. There's a better way you can say that. I know society have told us you're not supposed to be toasting man. But when you're already in the relationship, it's not toasting, it's maintenance toasting. Do you understand? There's nothing wrong with you telling him, oh, I missed you all day. I didn't like the fact that you didn't call me all day. And then he will now tell you, I had a stressful day. I'm so sorry, my baby. Is it not better than, so you not call me since morning? What have you been doing since morning? I called you, you not pick. I text, you no answer. It's not on to fight. I've been texting you since morning. You can be, you don't have to turn it to fight. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been texting you since morning. I really miss you. Please call me when you can. And leave it at that. You don't have to send 50 messages and 100 messages. And I think this also comes from a place of distrust. Past things you've experienced in past relationships, come and bring it into the new. You are mixing spaghetti with ogbono. How you want to go? The last spaghetti you had, you can now use the same pot to cook ogbono soup. Of course, it will have particles of this inside. That's what some of you do with new relationship. You carry the old baggage from the old ones and bring it. I know it's difficult, right? Especially for people that have gone through a lot of issues in past relationships, and it broke you, it destroyed your trust, and you know you got trust issues from all of that. You can see your new partner from a different lens. See them from the lens of their own character, not from the lens of the character of the last person you were with. This one is talk for another episode. So next week I'm going to talk about attachment styles, just to make us understand communication more, because I feel I really want to do on this communication matter, because it is actually a lot. It is a lot. So next week I'll talk about attachment styles, and it will make you understand from a psychological point of view why you act the way you do with confrontation, with fights, with arguments, with communication, and all of that. You'll be able to absorb it and get it better, better, better. Hey, all right. I think I'll end it this week. I'll see you guys next week on another episode of the Monday Morning Rant podcast. Don't forget to begin to, implement these things in your relationship. Communicate better, talk better, be calm. You don't have to be aggressive, you don't have to shout. You know, every glass doesn't need a boost when you are in love with somebody. In love, there is what's the word now? There has to be calmness and tranquility, so that both people in that relationship can thrive. I'm not talking about those of you that are like five in one relationship, but it's not that type we are doing here. It is well. I'll see you next week. Bye.